Alrighty. I see absolutely nothing going wrong today. My coffee told me so. Alright, let's do this. As always, quietly praying it gets past the screen. I really want to spend
Previously during the investigation.
I'm Kaysen, Forrest Kaysen.
Thomas, did you see Nick here? No. When I got here, he was already like this.
What are you doing? Get out of the way! I'll do it!
George, stay back. She's trying to speak.
No! It couldn't be! Nick! Oh, please, no!
You got us good this time, Zach.
Currently think Thomas did it. All my FBI dollars are on Thomas.
Zach, we need to be at
Whoa.
Carol's bar at 2200. Looks like we have some time to kill.
Game, what's
We
happening?
can go to the diner and see how Nick and Olivia are doing.
Not technically a crash, but whoa. Someone can't color inside the lines. Ah. Wellity. Let's try resetting, shall we? It's still there. Okay. Maybe it's just here. Maybe if we just drive away and leave our problems. Oh no, it's everywhere. Okay. Well. We could tell ourselves a lie and say it's a highlighting tool.
So, Zach, this case turned into a multiple homicide.
Let's quietly reset, shall we? Not technically a crash. Still on 0 crashes. This is a preference reset. No time for you, Kaysen. I see 0 ways for this going wrong in the immediate future. Hey! No! What the fuck? What a weirdo bug. What causes this? Try and find somewhere we can enter.
So, Zach, this case turned into a multiple homicide.
What kind of motives turn a criminal into a serial killer? Is it hedonistic? Ritualistic? Copycat crime? Sex-related? Cannibalistic? From the Bureau's statistics. These interesting ideas don't always really explain the real motive. They're just words, phrases that the media uses to scare citizens. The spotlight falls on a mere 1% of all cases. Only the weird ones.
You understand all this, right, Zach? No matter how bizarre a crime may appear to be, at the root, there is always rage and personal interest. Right, Zach?
Most people simply don't kill for pleasure. But that kind of common sense never applies to our investigations. Maybe we're lucky. Or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. We end up working on those cases in that 1%.
Do you remember, Zach, the first case we handled just after becoming a special agent?
Now let's talk about this another time. I don't feel like it right now.
Let's see if getting into this building changes anything.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out?
We need to be at Carol's bar at 2200. We're free until then.
Please reset the graphics. Okay. Okay, you cannot work at the bar in your uniform, dude. The stiletto heels is the name of the drink. Pizza. Extra sauce and extra cheese. Well, I've decided that York, when given the option, will always eat pizza. And this cocktail. Entire pizza. Delicious. Don't mind me just taking this money that's on the ground. Alright, I hope reality's still okay. Let's find out. Maybe the pizza healed it. I just want to go fishing. Like, fishing was fun. Alright, it's fixed. Reality is okay. We did it, fam. I get paid more for... No, I broke again. What cruel fate. What a weird pug. Is there anywhere else we can go at this particular time? Not really. Everywhere is kind of closed. We may as well huff fumes until it's time.
Zach, looks like we still have some time to kill. Let's pass the time elsewhere.
Pass your time elsewhere. Pie. Watch out for the black dots, Emily.
Nick's still in the bar.
Just as we planned then. I wonder what happens next.
Agent York, you're really enjoying this, aren't you? I have to admit, I envy that.
It comes with suspicious detailing, people. It always excites me.
Agent York, Nick is leaving the bar.
What about Diane?
She isn't here tonight.
Emily, check that with George.
George, can you hear me? Nick's leaving the bar. What's happening with Diane?
No movement. Tell me what to do here.
Stay put, George. I'm thinking Nick will head to the gallery. Let's meet up there.
10-4. Copy that.
Agent York, it's Nick.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's go.
Don't you have a job
Okay.
to do?
Time to play with the big boys, Nick.
How, like, far do we have to keep from them? Oh, I see. How's he like you? You don't skip out on your wife to go talk art with some random lady in the town. It's such a random footage. Oh, he's got a job. Did I say that? Ah. I'm out of it. Oh, Thomas. Thomas, is a cop, but also a bar person. And he just kind of, like, left his bar job to come tail a guy. And I said, don't you have another job to do? But, Hobbs not. He's also a cop. guessing we're just trying to stay in the blue. Oh, thanks for looking, Zen. I'm not sure, like, what I'll do about it, if anything. The game's so broken. It still seems to play, which seems to be, like, the measure of it. Like, how like, priority a bug is to fix. That sheriff's car has been following me at about 60 yards for several minutes now. Maybe I should be more concerned. No, man. Don't worry about it. Sure it's nothing. This is clearly not a good representation of America. These guys are driving like 20 Ks. This is clearly miles per hour. 20 mph is not like usual fare, I imagine. What is the speed limit on the highway in the States? 200? 300? This asshole in front of Nick is making this take forever. 70? Yeah, these cars don't even go up to 70 reliably. But everyone's driving around at like 10. Yeah, on an average street I could see 30 being reasonable. I have no idea if we're doing this mission right, but I like the color blue more than the color orange, so... I see, yeah. I don't think I can reliably go 70. 60, or even 50 actually. These cars are real sketchy. Whoa, it's a weird tree. I'm getting the feeling that the car in front of Nick isn't supposed to be here. And it's just making this take 1,000 extra years. Not without getting too close to Nick. Sleuthy music though, so. Please talk to someone in the car, y'all. Nice, congrats. Oh, thank God. The facial expressions in this game are kind of amazing.
We'd all have halos by now if I was driving.
I think someone's putting a curse on all the cars I drive recently.
Really?
Agent York, Nick's getting away.
Don't worry, time to get serious. Hold on, you two, this might get bumpy.
Time to get serious?
Is Nick here?
That's
York.
amazing.
No, he hasn't showed up here.
What about Diane? Any movement?
No action here at all. Did something happen?
Yes, a little. But George, something's different about you. Are you okay?
Actually, I had a little drink while I was waiting. This is my first murder case, after all. I'm on edge, and I needed one. It was only a little, though. I'm still in control.
I had a martini like 10 seconds ago.
Zach, Nick and Diane are probably both inside.
George, you're sure you didn't see Nick?
Positive. I haven't taken my eyes from the entrance all night.
Not that I don't trust you, George. But I'm positive Nick is here. Is there another entrance?
Not that I know of.
Well, I'll go look for one. Help me out if you can, would you?
Just gonna feel out this door for a minute. Poncho! Whoa. Alright. Guess we're in hell now. That's cool. Oh, zombies. Unexpected. So much 10 mil ammo.
Yes. Great. Great.
Nice shot.
Alright, I can probably find a save point.
Bullseye. Great. Bullseye. Amazing.
Shit, that guy's got a shotgun.
Nice shot.
Bullseye.
A pickaxe to the face?
Amazing. Bullseye.
What's with these super zombies?
Bullseye. Amazing.
Nice shot.
Alright, super zombies, I'll be back later. There's a phone there. Do you guys not hear, like, the semi-automatic? No? Okay. Ring ring, it's the police. Onions. Of course.
Yes.
I'm upset that the zombies have shotguns before me. Although their shotguns seem to require some sort of charging up mechanic. I like that Thomas is looking for the way in through a hedge. Maybe if this hedge... No, Thomas. But what if this hedge... Jesus. Getting more bullets than we can shoot. That's a good thing, I guess.
Nice shot.
Bullseye. Yes. Great.
Nice shot.
Bullseye.
There was that other door to open. Do you think I should go that way first, or...?
Nice shot.
Great. 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 Yes.
Ah.
Nice shot.
Great. Yes.
Got a trading card, guys. Cool. Well, the way everyone acts in this, I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
great.
A bit more accurate than it intended on being. Jesus, zombie Christ. Let me out. Back this way. That's a solid piece of grass. Just save again after that little ordeal. Like, the zombies in this are kind of strange, because the people in town aren't really, like... Don't go that way. Like, they're not people from the town, they're just, you know, zombies. It wasn't this way. Nope. He had a shotgun. So I guess it was the other way.
Bullseye. Nice shot.
The best and most reasonable way to shoot zombies. Less aggressively, I guess.
Emily, I want you guys to...
Wait out here, I know. I'm not gonna fight you about this anymore. But promise me this. If there's trouble, then you'll call us in, okay? You might not think so, but we're a team.
A team?
That's what I think, at least, and I'm interested in you and Zach. I don't want anything to happen to you before I hear more about you two.
That's right, play to his ego. Good job, Emily. Whoa. That was a quick load screen before it crashed. Great. Great. Alright, that was our first real crash, so... Currently on 1. That poor Kiwi.
Previously.
I think we saved twice. I wonder how many bullets you get when you pick up a little pack of 10 mils.
Great. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Bullseye. Amazing.
Great.
That took a while to go down.
Yes. Great.
I'm sure it's like common knowledge, but for the first time yesterday I heard people who are overly enthusiastic about firearms being referred to as ammo sexuals, which I thought was pretty good. Ammo sexuals.
Emily, I want you guys.
Don't crash? Yeah, that's the one. Hey, it didn't crash. But the ladder grew tendrils. Gross. Hopefully there's a
Zach,
phone
did you
down
hear
here.
that? She wants to know more about you. Isn't that a nice surprise? Amazing.
Although we are now confirmed that everyone can hear us talking to ourselves. Though, they haven't been shitty about it so far. Hey, your phone. So I saw someone starting a game the other day called, Receiver. Painting fell down. Why did you show me that?
Yes. Bullseye. Great.
And it's like incredibly granular gunplay. Like you have to load each individual bullet into the magazine. And like guns will jam and stovepipe and what have you. Mission knife. Yes. Sort of, but also kind of cool. Like the way they died the most frequently was negligent discharging themselves. But did you catch the time? This guy did. Knife time. Okay, he doesn't want to die, but greeting us with a creepy smile. Not sure it's the kind of game you'd want to stream, but it was pretty cool.
Huh?
Mission knife. Maybe a gun would be good here. Ah! Dark Souls now, I guess. Zin is a strange individual. She did have the :D face, though. So, like, you know, be friendly. Ah, yes, the Otherworld hub room. Still wish there was a like use from sugar donut. A use from field option when you picked up an item. Have you seen this apple? It's amazing.
This is the entrance hall.
Hey customer, how's it going?
What are you doing here? So it was you.
Yeah.
Much more astonishing than I imagined.
I'm definitely intrigued. I haven't played this, like, finished this before though, so I don't know how it ends. But so far, I've got no reason not to play it. So much film grain.
Too much noise. We're still missing a vital piece of the puzzle.
Maybe York doesn't have, like... Down what? Oh, I see. I gotta get the right apples. Okay, can't go that way. Handy tree. Alright, I'm colorblind. I know that. Tell me that's not a blue apple. Okay, it looks green to me, but my point stands. It's the wrong color. Okay. Not completely nuts so then. Shoot the red apple. No. The right apple? The red apple. Did we win? Yep, the blue apple. Mm-hmm. Wasn't expecting her to come out of the painting, so that's pretty cool.
Bullseye. Great.
Oh, fuck. I think you'll find that we're home on the range now. Zombies. More zombies. Gross, gross. Shotgun. We'll save the shotgun for a rainy day. Just have to get through the rest of these golf clubs. Yoke's awful big on like this futzing around with evidence. Probably swap to mission knife, but... Alright, this place sucks. I forgot about this. At least most of the places are cordoned off by flesh walls now. To make things easier. Good old flesh walls guiding the way. Oh, that zombie had a key on it. Tight. Backstab. Well, now I need to get a backstab with a golf club in D&D. Life goals. All the melee in this game so far has felt excellent. Get close for maintenance. Hey, it's the shoe. Becky, like, borrowing this shoe doesn't make a lot of sense. Unless she was trying to frame Diane. Which is possible, I guess. People in this game seem to do things for reasons completely incomprehensible. Oh, get piped. I think if Silent Hill had the feel of the melee from this game, I'd just be playing Silent Hill 2 all the time. Fuck, I'll even take the, like, throwaway melee weapons. I'm pretty sure they don't want to die. The knife doesn't feel quite as good, but it's still a decent feeling knife. think these might be infinite zombies. Uh-oh. It's a good thing he waited for me to keep shooting him for a while. Still can't go upstairs. Whoa. Alright. Well.
Yes. Great. Yes.
Hold on. This door has not been locked with a key, but sealed with a curse. That's some hashtag poetry right there. Alrighty. Profiling start.
You? What are you doing here? So it was you. Much more astonishing than I imagined. I'm impressed. No! Don't! I'm not gonna stop!
It's a good thing whoever the killer is gonna be real fucking obvious when we find the back tattoo. I'd love there to be a phone around here, but... There are items? Alright. I'm in. Yeah, that's fair, sir. If that was the one item, I'm gonna be a little annoyed. Because I am gonna have to click all of these on and off. Alright. Such a, like, a weird concept that you can just get fired for no reason in the States. Well, like, the reason is because I said so. Like, it's so weird. seems kind of bullshit to do it, you know, after you got COVID. Can't deny these action dodges though. Another one? Oh. Yeah, good luck, sir. God fucking damn it. How many of these things do I have to fight? It was our first large box. If there's a ladder big enough, we won't be able to climb it. Do I want to save? Yes. This letter is by Becky to Diane. You can't read it though. Oh my god, we have so many of those. Panda bear? What is Panda Bear? Can buy weapons and stuff? There's a katana for sale? Is Panda Bear like meant to be here? I'm confused. Oh, Panda Bear's the guy, right? Seems weird that we can buy it through the wall, but so I don't think buying a katana is going to be really, like, beneficial in the long run. Good luck, cutscene. Oh, hey.
Nick. Huh?
Oh no, our suspect.
Agent Morgan, where are you? Answer me! Come on, open up!
Diane? George, call for assistance with the body.
Wait! She's still alive.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Diane, don't move. Don't move your hands and stay still.
George, it's no good. It won't budge.
Emily, stand back.
The power of Arnold and Stallone, I think was his other one.
There's not enough time.
George! Catch us!
How? It's like some Superman jump, holy shit. Breaks George's spine. That was quite a jump. Hey, his hat came off. That was pretty good.
Thomas! Call an ambulance!
What? What?
Did he just try and shoot us?
Agent York, George, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. I think I'm too old to be an acrobat, though.
Diane looks okay too. She should be able to tell us who did this to her.
God, I hope so. But you, George, quite a catch. I'm impressed.
Hmm?
George? Diane.
What a beautiful beach. The reaching round who bear off in many directions. Combination in sharp voices, light away into nothingness. Inspiring a truly deep eroticism in all who clear. Every woman will find herself about being penetrated by those sharp voices. This piece is most unimaginable to color. And yet, this is far more than a wooden piece of art. It is a piece of masterpiece by elegant
Diane?
themselves. Come closer. Begging please.
Diane!
Stop right there, Nick. You're under arrest for the attempted murder of Diane Ames. Huh.
Back off! Don't touch me!
Yes, that's how you interact with the police, Nick.
Diane, no! Move!
Emily, hurry!
Extra murder.
I requested, and
Thomas, we'll need a body bag, too.
And maybe like an industrial, like, crane?
Nick.
Not really, Spike.
Can you hear that?
Lots of the, like, the gore is implied.
I think he wants us to follow him. Shall we follow, Zach?
The music in this is so great. I guess, like, it's not really, like, detailed focus, though. She's faking it. This game's great. It's a surrealist wonderland. I think you just hate fun, Spike. I like that they got the dog to stop at certain points to just, like, piss around. Need a dog to follow this blood trail, though. Otherwise, we'd never know. Oh, so you want it to be a figment of this guy's imagination? My next doggo. Suspicious.
Willie, are you out there?
Kaysen, what are you doing in there?
York, is that you? Thank God. I can't get this door open. Can you unlock it from your side?
Kaysen, stand away from the door.
Didn't give him much of a fucking warning, man.
Where's Diane? And what are you doing here?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Well, let's just say I have my reasons, you know, private reasons. I don't really have to tell you, do I?
Actually, you do. Diane just died a moment ago.
What?
You're not just a key witness now. You're now a suspect. And you need to tell me exactly what you were doing here.
Well, I just came here to talk with Diane. To have a conversation.
And I suppose that kiss mark on your cheek is from your conversation.
This was just a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Which is exactly what killed Diane.
So far, yeah.
Okay. I came here to be with Diane. You happy now? We've been together before, a couple times. It's one of the reasons why I like coming to this town, see? This time is no different. I bumped into her in a bar in Seattle. I had some holiday coming up. Well, so I just took it and I drove her back
Can you
here.
work for yourself?
I have a wife, you know, but we've been separated for a while. We're going through a divorce right now, and I don't want her lawyer finding out.
Pushes him back down the hall.
Anyway, how could I kill Diane if I was in a room locked from the outside? 2 hours ago, me and Diane, we were taking it easy, drinking upstairs. We were, you know, enjoying ourselves. Then Nick had to show up. Well, then Diane had a sudden change of heart. She locked me up in here. I've just been here, waiting for her to come back, of course, but she didn't. I heard footsteps a couple of times, but they just
PlayStation
passed
2,
by.
Thought this was on Xbox.
Well, then I couldn't wait anymore, so I let Willie here out through the window. Then you showed up instead of Diane.
I like that Diane locked a dog in a basement too. Like, what
Zach,
the actual
Diane has become the third victim of our killer.
And nada from questioning Nick.
Oh, I see.
Nothing. Got no new leads from questioning Nick. He's taken the death of Diane really badly. In shock, the works. He claims to have liked talking with her about art. But he also had a problem with her views about men. He says that they argued, but not at a level that would lead to a murder. They were about to head out to the bar again together. But while he was waiting for Diane, someone knocked him out cold. He has no idea who it was either. Of course, Kaysen looks like a prime suspect. But that door was locked from the outside. There was no other way in or out of that room.
What about the window where
Which
he let
means
the
there
dog
is
out?
no evidence of his involvement at this time. He did say something else. The footsteps he heard outside the room were not heels, but a man's boots. And Nick was wearing boots. But now that Diane's dead, no one can back up Nick's statement. Which is why we have Nick in custody and have to let Kaysen go free. That seemed like the only option, at least for now.
One more thing, Zach. George looked terribly depressed. I guess this case is really getting to him.
He's feeling responsible for the deaths of Becky and Diane. Take his rules and confidence away from him? I wonder what's left.
That funny hat.
Well, of course, he'd still have muscle.
Oh, currently I think it's Thomas, but I appreciate you not spoiling it. I think this game is weird enough that would hold up with me knowing who the killer is, but I'd rather not at this point. I think I'm like halfway through. Yeah, like, it's so weird. I think if it was, like, better together and didn't crash so much,
Zach, let's get back to the
I
hotel.
would like
First
it more,
Anna,
but
then Becky, now Diane. I'm not looking forward to writing this investigation report.
Agent Morgan. York. Do you have a moment?
What is it, George?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Do you have any time later?
Can't we just do it here?
If possible, I'd like to go to a bar. Of course, we don't really have to.
A bar? Now that sounds like a good idea.
Zach, what do you think? We can go drinking with George, or turn him down and head back to the hotel.
let's go for a drink.
George, that scar on your cheek. Where did you get it?
This?
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you? Well, it's not from work. I got it when I was a kid.
A childhood injury. Tree climbing?
Murder.
I used to get a few scrapes myself climbing the big tree in our backyard. I used to climb it a lot. And fall out of it a lot.
This wasn't anything like that, though. It was my mother. She did it.
Whoa. I was not expecting.
I'm sorry, George.
Don't worry. It's ancient history. The world is flooded with unreasonable violence. The strong overpower the weak, adults over children, men over women, and criminals over their victims.
That was a bit
I have no
unexpected,
memories of
George.
my father. He left before I knew him.
Bacon killed them all.
My mother would hit me every time I asked why. And it didn't stop there. If I ate too slow, left my shoes scattered around, TV volume too loud, she found reasons to hit me. Hit me bad. The worst was what she called the tree punishment. She'd whip my back with these thin tree branches like a whip.
That would explain the back scars.
I won't do it again. That hurts, Mama. I'm sorry, please.
Why do you want to stay in this town, dude?
Tree punishment was definitely the worst, I tell you. Just hearing those words used to make me shiver and want to pass out. And that's why I didn't want to show you those scars on my back. Every time after the tree punishment, she'd always say the same thing. This is hurting the tree more than it is hurting you. And me, being a naive, dumb kid, I believed her. I went to the woods to apologize to the trees. I kept asking myself, why is she hurting me this way? I thought long and hard about it. In the end, I've just figured I'm weaker than her. That's why. It's the law of Mother Nature at work. The strong eat the weak.
But now, you have the power to protect the weak.
That's right. Perhaps I should thank my mother for guiding me into this line of work.
So who killed your mother?
York.
Yeah, what the fuck is this game?
I've
It's
been an
probably
arrogant
like
fool, haven't I?
Probably
And
the,
if it weren't
the
for me,
subtext here.
both Becky and Diane would still be alive. I could have saved them both. You know, it's almost like they died because of me.
You're out of your mind.
I invited you to this bar for a drink. But I guess this bar is my confession chamber. And I wanted you to listen.
Chamber.
And to tell you, well, you must already hate me for causing all these problems, not following your orders. York, I'm sorry. I'll follow your orders from now on. You'll have my total cooperation.
George, you've been as cooperative as you can be. You even invited an FBI guy to a bar for drinks. You've done a good job protecting this town. And the folks here respect you for that. Nobody can blame you for anything.
Thanks. I do feel a little better.
I would have felt real bad missing that. It was messed up, but...
Since we're here, why don't you talk to a few other people? I'll just finish off my drink. Let me know before you leave, okay?
Sure. Who are we gonna talk to? Can we talk to any of these nobodies? No. Maybe because I keep calling them nobodies. Oh, right. Thomas's sister.
Hey, Carol. Becky is dead. Diane, too. We've got Nick in custody as a suspect.
Nick didn't do it.
I know. Carol, you took a locket from Diane, didn't you? A locket with this mark on it.
Other way, man.
I'm busy, gotta go.
Why is the ground wet everywhere? That seems like a problem they should probably deal with. Piano guy has a black eye. Double beer. Owning a bar and being the singer seems like a weird combo. Sometimes you need to buy your own stage. I've got no idea what she's saying. I'm just gonna have to assume it's not vital to the case. Seriously, who punched the piano guy? Twice. Unless he's just pot raccoon, maybe? They all have black eyes. But he doesn't. Yo, about that locket. Never mind. I'll interrogate you when the plot demands it. Don't think there's anyone else to talk to. Alright, George, let's boogie.
Sorry to keep you waiting, boys.
Zack, Emily is already a goddess of the forest.
It's a weird thing to say.
Let's forget work for a bit and drink a little, shall we?
York? Why is she here?
I just thought the more the merrier. You know, to relax and get loose. Is this a problem?
No, of course not. Pardon me, Emily, but I'm pooped. I think I'll just call it a night.
George, I just got here and you're walking out on me? I was hoping the three of us could have a drink and let out a little steam.
I'm afraid I've already had enough. And I already had a good man-to-man with York. So I'll see you guys.
Also, like, dick move, York, inviting someone to, like, your mano-a-mano.
I think George likes you, but he's avoiding you all at the same time.
How astute.
There's a reason?
Nothing worth going into. It's a thing of the past. Okay. He did ask me out when I first came to town. I was still in high school. But I never really considered him my type. And there's the age gap thing, too. I respect him, of course. I wouldn't have taken this job otherwise.
So, did you move to this town alone?
Of course not. I came with my parents.
Tell me about them, then.
Of course not, question mark.
Sure, why not? My dad dealt in stocks in New York. He was hardly at home when I was a kid, always working. Those pieces of paper were far more important to him than I was. Which is no different now, really. I don't see much of him. My mother? Totally different story. A wonderful person that I still respect. She was always kind and understanding. Not only that, but she would always help me find my way. She could be fierce, too, scolding me if I took a wrong step. We had our battles,
all your
sure,
parents are
but
terrible.
all in all, she was a wonderful mother.
Past tense?
Yeah, she's gone now. Cancer, just before I graduated high school. She gave this to me just before she died. I take it with me wherever I go. It's what I treasure most.
I'm sure she's very proud of you.
TBH, wish I was fishing right now. I'd really like that the game is like, hey, would you like some, like, expositionary text?
I had a good
no?
time tonight. Good night.
See you tomorrow.
York.
Yes?
Please, don't lie to us, okay?
His, like,
I won't.
inhalation is,
Don't
like,
worry. I won't.
very loud. He, like, has gone through so many cigarettes. Just, like, single puff and then immediately stuffing them out. Okay, if we go to the hotel, morning will happen. We can have breakfast with Polly, and we can buy more bait. Yes.
How many years ago was it now? That multiple homicide of young girls in that college town in Illinois. All the victims were cut open from the throat to the crotch. Ripped right open. During the autopsy, a second stomach was found inside the first victim's body. Of course, she didn't naturally grow a second stomach. One of the stomachs belonged to someone else. As more victims piled up, there was one with 2 hearts, one with 2 livers, 4 lungs. Different organs each time.
Of course, those extra organs didn't do the girls much good, right, Zach?
And they say too much is never enough. In the end, we arrested a professor at the med school. They found the body of his daughter dead and the missing organs at his house. Do you remember what he said when we took him in? I was ordered to restore those deformed bodies back to normal. And remember who he said ordered him? An alien. Well, of course, we couldn't arrest an alien, so we arrested the professor instead. Serial killers can't be caught by logic and common sense. I learned this the hard way. That first case taught me that. Since then, these cases just keep getting more and more complicated. It's a tough job. I thought getting experience while I was young would make the job easier.
You done talking? Alright. QWERTY. Let's see how much of the case I remember.
Zach, let's go over our progress.
From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
That's right. Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed since the crime was committed. Which means the criminal was still close by. It was someone near the scene. There are 2 possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other.
Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
I would love Willie
That's
to
right.
have been on that list.
Casey. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him.
Good dog.
Cason's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The 2 were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Cason up in the basement.
Yeah.
Now what did Cason hear when he was locked up? That's it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day. Which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
Me too. Usher sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the Raincoat Killer. Remaining leads. There is the locket, which is in Carol's possession, the man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign. There's a lot left to answer.
What do you think?
I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out? I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
Really shouldn't smoke in bed, dude. It's a fire hazard. Unexpected.
Emily? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
My mother was a very kind woman. She always smiled so brightly. Baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home. The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
I like that
Can
he's
I ask
bopping
you
to the
something?
music.
Shoot.
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
He's put another cigarette in the mouth that already had a cigarette.
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Double
Yeah.
cigarette.
He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Well, I've never seen his face. But he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child.
Starting to think that cigarette isn't supposed to be there.
I was 7. I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so
As one does.
I headed
This
in to
was
see her.
normal. Fucking right.
My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was so scared. I closed my eyes. So I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love. When I came back to my senses, they were both dead. He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Why
Don't
are all
worry
your
about it.
parents terrible?
Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends.
I'm here. I'm with you, he said. I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things.
This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
I know. I think maybe I became an agent to find out why he did what he did.
Oh yeah, York, I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life. If you didn't save me at the gallery, I would have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that.
I don't know.
I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that. Huh.
These music
There
shifts
might
are
be a
amazing.
modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Maybe hopeless, but not useless.
Zach, do you think Emily got home safely?
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought. Do you remember? Our conversation with Emily. She's really interested in you. I think she's starting to have certain feelings for you.
If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please! Just for a moment. 1 second. Hate it. Here, Thomas. I'm going mad. I know you're there. Come on, please! Thomas?
Just let me out of jail for 1 second.
Thomas! 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 Thomas!
Thomas is like asleep upstairs. Oh, they are in a sex cult. I didn't believe Zen before. You were joking? That's even better. Oh shit.
Previously during the investigation.
So, you want to find out everything there is to know about Diane?
Agent York, Nick is leaving the bar.
Wait! She's still alive.
Stop right there,
I love
Nick.
the way they
You're
PowerPoint
under arrest
these
for the
deals.
attempted murder of Diane Ames. Emily, hurry!
You saved my life.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
It's a hard cut there. That's too many doors. This door. Straight and narrow. Okay, this door isn't working. Let's try this door. Ah! Oh, hey, it's you. I thought your mom.
Open this door. There is no turning back. You still want to enter?
I do. It's better than staying here.
Very well then. Off you go, Mr. York.
Look carefully, boy. At times, we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love.
Hey, called it. Okay. Be a dream, but okay. Legend worm.
Mr. Morgan, do you want a refill?
Yes. Thank you.
Is the coffee that good, Mr. Morgan?
Coffee is a vital, investigative tool. I know exactly what to do now.
Stop, dude. Harry, you say?
It says to hurry, and the first letter of each line is H-A-R-R-Y. Hurry to Harry. Looks like the time that he was talking about has come. Let's go pay the problematic rich boy who owns half of the town a visit. Polly, I think I'm going to go see Harry today.
Oh, really? He's a little strange, but I think he's the most trustworthy one around here. I think you'll have fun with him.
If you say so, Polly, then we probably will.
Of course! Now, give me your cup, and I'll give you some more coffee.
I would like 2 cups.
I'll see you later, Polly.
Mr. Morgan, what about the coffee? Don't you want a refill? Your coffee!
I do want more coffee. Hey, Jason.
Oh, hi.
I need to buy all of your things. New. Just gonna buy all these. So we get 3 at a time, right? What items are there in the game? They're just like healing and food items, right? Okay, we should have enough bait worms this time. And we still have enough to buy several cars. Thanks, Polly. Alrighty. I think that's where we'll leave it today. We made some decent progress and had a lot of talking to people. That was a lot. A lot happened today, I'm not gonna lie. We had one bug that seemed to work itself out, and we had one crash. But not so bad. Compared to, you know, session 2, that was pretty good. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. See you in a couple of days. Bye.